think what this album is gonna do for my fans is make them realize that something is about to happen big. I'm doing a lot of production. People don't usually see that from me at all. I've been kind of like low-key playing the background with that, but I think on this project, production-wise, it's like a whole new side of me. Mood Swings is the name of the album. I came up with the name Mood Swings because my previous project before that was Bipolar. And it kind of went with it, and I still feel the same way. There's actually tracks that were supposed to be on Bipolar 2 that were like, I kind of want to move this like for the second half. Situation in my life was like just being like having no place to stay. I was living in my manager's house and I was crashing at Jitta's studio in like New Haven. So I finally got situated and got my shit back together. And this album is more, you can tell I'm more like relaxed, comfortable, in a better place in my head. The dope part about this album is it wasn't made in one spot. It wasn't made in one studio, in one chair, one engineer, one person behind it. It was made everywhere, and it was inspired from everywhere. We went down to South by Southwest for a month and recorded this half the project in a kitchen, like a kitchen in the middle of Austin, Texas, at this little small house we rented. It was dope though, it was fun, like the vibes were there, we had people going in and out of the studio / house. We called it a studio because like it felt like a studio. It was just a kitchen. But we worked with what we had and we killed it. Like it was just all naturally organic. Like I liked it. It was dope.
Ian. Family started the studio about 40 years ago. It's in a building from 1890. It used to be a carriage house, hence the name. And we slowly converted it from this old building to a recording studio over the last 4 decades.
I like producers more than rappers growing up. My favorite artists were producers. Big J Dilla fan. I always wanted to produce, but I never wanted to come out like I'm saying I'm a producer and not actually have some fire. I grew up listening to just the music my parents listened to. As you're small, that's what you have to listen to. And they listened to like a lot of like Janis Joplin, like Beatles and this and that. So I grew up like different than a hip hop background, but I always liked hip hop. So I always like listened to that myself. But I'm glad that happened because that influences a lot of my music now. It's like the oldies and like the 70s and just rock in general.
Most notably, or the people we started with were Meatloaf, Pantera. We did Cowboys from Hell. We also did a lot of Diana Ross records, Donna Summers. It's a lot of jazz cats, so Sonny Rollins, Mike Stern is a guitar player. We just won a couple Grammys the last 2 years. Was Johnny Winter with his blues. Long history, long career.
I like the artistic way we're going with it. I'm like, I'm getting behind this project fully. Like I'm doing the artwork too. So like, I've been chilling with a whole bunch of different girls that paint. Like I don't know. I've just been like in the art community or there because the girls over there are cool and they're gonna get me back into like the whole like painting and like just doing like different stuff, just being more creative. So like the one I did is my favorite one so far. But there's still 2 others that like. You know, we got options. We got options. It's always good to have options. Go right here. It's the difference between the two. Just Jitta on the beat existed before Jitta on the Track, but wasn't brought to the public until after Jitta on the Track. So it's like Jitta on the Beat's a new side of me, new production side of me, and it's kind of like, production name is just gonna be Jitta on the Track. But okay. I put Jitta on the Beat for my own tracks, because I don't feel like putting Jitta on the Track. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm working with two of myselves, because my rapper side and my producer side are completely different. Like, I personally listen to like some turn up trap music. Like, that's my favorite type of music. Like, that's what I grew up around. But I make some soulful beats. So there's two different personalities going on and two different moods. And basically, when I do my projects and produce for myself, Jitta on the Track, produced by Jitta on the Track doesn't sound right to me, because I feel like it's a whole other person. So this is Jitta on the Track, produced by Jitta on the Beat. And those two work good together, and they don't, Jitta on the Beat won't be on your CD. I'm sorry guys, it's gonna be Jitta on the Track. But Jitta on the Beat, he messes with me, so he's gonna be on my CD.
That was the craziest time, I think, the most crazy situation I've ever been thrown into to like engineer, but it was the best time ever too. Like, it was constant music from the time we woke up to the time we went to sleep, all over again. It was in the kitchen for a reason. Like, we did not have to leave that area. We had, coffee going at all times, and it was just less is more type thing, you know what I mean? It really made us realize that you really don't need, a big $1 million studio. You don't need, X, Y, and Z. You just need raw talent and a will to get it, I guess, you know what I'm saying? So. We recorded probably upwards of like 15 to 17 songs with him and Webb together. So, and also like doing the meet and greets they had to do throughout South by Southwest shows. So every day was just something that we had to wake up almost at the crack of dawn. I'll do it all over again with less in my pocket. So I ain't even, you know what I mean? It's all about experience. Life should be about that, and just music in general should be about that. It's just having fun, you know what I mean? Just the experience of life, you know what I mean? It's not about how much money you have, but it's about, the value of your life, not just a value of, like a dollar value, but,
So on the making of Elm Street, I came across a sample from David Wise, who's a composer for video games. And I'm really into horror movies. Like, I grew up watching horror movies, and Nightmare on Elm Street was definitely a dope movie to watch. Nightmare on Elm Street for the NES, and he did a soundtrack, and I just came across it one day, and I was like, this sample's hard. So I like kind of pulled like some strings from it, and I like 8-bit sounds, because 8-bit sounds are always like, you can always tweak them because they were so raw and new when it first came out, and it's like one of the first digital sounds you can get. It's just so rough and rugged, and a lot of the music today comes from 8-bit sounds. So I did that, and I put like a little hip hop like bop onto it. A little boom bap, and then it just drops into some straight trap. And then as soon as it drops in that trap, like it's like a feeling, it's like an atmosphere. It's pretty dope. There's only one verse in the track, but I still call it the second verse because I wrote it purposely for the second verse, and I left the first verse open because I like the beat so much. So I just let it rock and drop in. So the cool thing about the track is a lot of people are gonna be freestyling listening to the album, because there's a lot of instrumental in it. So I just give them the room to breathe and just let them do what they gotta do. And then I just came in on a verse, which is the first verse, but I still like to call it the second verse because the first verse to me has no words. I just let the beat talk. Back when white boys had blowouts and had their tail of game froze out, I was on my own, but didn't really know now. If she a freak, then I probably tell her go down. I just want to make the world go round. Jit, he a pro. My name should be a pronoun, but never person. Your come back to the crib like a curfew. I son all the time like I birthed you. Last year when you was rocking all leather and the Ben Trail shirts, I was on the get up. I started from the bottom of the ghetto, got adopted for the better. That's back when DD was in a lab with Dexter. Back when playing chicken limbo checkers and they treat me like chopped liver. Did I get the mention? And I don't mean no ass sign on Twitter. Real recognized real name Jitta. So with the second verse, I kind of wanted just to let everybody know that the haters motivate me. last year when you was rocking Ben Trill and all leather, I was on the get up. Like, while you were worrying about looking cool, I was worrying about actually playing the part, you know what I'm saying, that you gotta do to be in the position to be cool, because you ain't cool by the way you dress. Back when white boys had blowouts and had their Taylor game froze out, there was a time in like 2000, and I came up in the college rapper scene. And there was a time in, it was I want to say it was like 2010 and 11, everybody was doing the Jersey Shore thing, or like giving blowouts of their styles, or everybody was doing the Taylor game thing and picking their hair out and just like this and that, and I was just doing me, man. I wasn't trying to follow no trends, I was just trying to do me. You definitely can hear that in the song too. The song is definitely different than a lot of music you usually hear for hip-hop artists.
Had blowouts, had they Taylor game froze out. I was on my own, but didn't really know now. If she a freak, then I probably tell her go down. I just want to make the world go round. Shit, he's a pro, my name should be a pronoun, but never person. You come back to the crib like a curfew. I saw all the time like I birthed you. Last year when you was rocking all leather and them Ben Trill shirts, I was on the get up. I started from the bottom in the ghetto, got adopted for the better. That's back when DD was in the lab with Dexter. Back when playing chicken limbo checkers, and they treat me like chopped liver. Did I get the mention? And I don't mean no ass on with a real recognized real name, motherfucker. Jitta.